Welcome to Launch Your Business, the podcast for entrepreneurs who are ready to stop overthinking and start building. I'm Stephanie Miller, and each episode is designed to help you turn ideas into action, without burnout, confusion, or waiting for perfect conditions. Here, we talk strategy, mindset, and real-world business moves to help you launch smarter, grow stronger, and build with intention. If you're ready to take action, even before you feel ready, you're in the right place. Let's get started.
Welcome back to the Launch Your Business podcast. If you're an entrepreneur, a founder, or someone building something that matters to you, today's episode is for you, because this question comes up all the time. Should I push through this, or is it time to pause? And the frustrating part? Both pushing and pausing can feel wrong at the same time. So today, we're going to break this down in a way that removes the guilt, the hustle shame, and the fear, so you can make decisions that actually move your business forward. Opening hook. Let me say this first, clearly. Not every slowdown means you're failing. And not every push means you're being disciplined. Sometimes pushing is self-sabotage. And sometimes pausing is fear dressed up as a rest. The real skill of entrepreneurship is knowing the difference. Brain, why this is so hard for entrepreneurs. Here's why this pause versus push question messes with us so much. We've been conditioned to believe rest equals laziness. Slowing down equals falling behind. And if we're not constantly doing more, we must not want success badly enough. At the same time, we hear messages like, honor your energy. Don't force what's not aligned. Rest is productive. So we're stuck in the middle thinking, okay, but which one applies right now? And that confusion alone can keep you frozen longer than either choice ever would. Pause button when it's time to pause. Let's talk about when a pause is actually the right move. A real pause isn't quitting. It's not giving up. It's not disappearing from your business. A pause is strategic when you're exhausted but not inspired. You're busy all day but nothing meaningful is moving. You feel resentment toward your business. You're constantly reacting instead of leading. Or your body is forcing rest, burnout, anxiety, brain fog, getting sick. If you're pushing but your results are getting worse, that's not discipline. That's misalignment. Here's the reframe I want you to hear. A pause is data collection. It's stepping back to ask, what's working? What's draining me? What am I doing out of habit instead of intention? Pausing doesn't mean stopping everything. It means stopping the things that aren't working. Rocket when it's time to push. Now, let's talk about the other side. Sometimes the issue is not burnout. It's fear. Push is required when you're waiting to feel ready. You keep tweaking instead of launching. You're stuck in planning, learning, or rebranding again. You avoid selling, visibility, or feedback. You tell yourself, I'll do it when it feels aligned. Growth rarely feels calm at first. It feels awkward. It feels vulnerable. It feels uncomfortable. And discomfort doesn't mean stop. Sometimes the pause you think you need is actually resistance trying to keep you safe. Balance scale the pause versus push decision framework. So how do you tell the difference? Here are 4 questions to ask yourself honestly. 1. Am I tired, or am I scared? Fatigue needs rest. Fear needs action. 2. Is this recovery, or avoidance? Recovery restores energy. Avoidance keeps you stuck. 3. Will rest move me forward, or keep me comfortable? 4. What's the smallest action I could take right now? Not the biggest leap. Not the perfect plan. Just the next honest step. And here's a powerful truth. Sometimes the answer is pause from execution, but push on clarity. You stop doing more. But you don't stop thinking strategically. Puzzle piece how to pause without losing momentum. If you decide to pause, here's how to do it without sabotaging yourself. Set a defined pause, not open-ended. Reflect intentionally, journal, review numbers, revisit goals. Ask, what am I solving for right now? End your pause with a clear recommitment. A pause without reflection is just procrastination. A pause with intention is leadership. Direct hit how to push without burning out. If it's time to push, do it wisely. Push one priority, not everything. Use deadlines, not self-punishment. Get support, mentors, coaches, systems. Detach your worth from the outcome. You are not your productivity. You are not your launch results. You are the leader making decisions in real time. Here's what I want you to remember. You don't need to earn rest. And you don't need permission to grow. Leadership is knowing what season you're in and acting accordingly. Sometimes the bravest move is to pause. Sometimes the bravest move is to push. Trust yourself enough to choose intentionally. If this episode resonated, I want you to do one thing today. Ask yourself, what season am I actually in right now? And if you want support making those decisions with clarity instead of confusion, make sure you're connected with me outside the podcast. Thank you for listening to the Launch Your Business podcast. I'll see you in the next episode.